Over the last few years, we've held over 42 events and served at least 2,000 different individuals. And one of the most effective ways that we're able to get more people in venues through the events that we held was by text marketing, SMS marketing for events. In this video, we'll walk through exactly how we used it to maximize its effectiveness, and during this video we'll also be walking through some of the frameworks that we used when we created different templates for the different events that you can copy also. So let's dive right in. As we always do, let's start off with the problem that led to this innovation, we say, or this solution. So if you ever do your in-house events as a venue owner, venue manager, even as an event organizer, then you know that sometimes doing an event can feel like you're starting from scratch, even if it's the same theme. Like you do, for example, you do an R&B event, let's say January. Sometimes we do the same thing in February. It feels like you're starting from scratch again. And it feels like you're constantly, and when I say that, it means that it feels like you're constantly having to rely on getting new customers. And the reason that that is a very difficult thing is because, number one, it means that your churn is high. And number two, it means that the cost for you doing an event is very expensive, because ultimately if you have to constantly put out ads or constantly push out the event monetarily in a monetary way, by spending a lot, then you're constantly having to keep thin margins, and it's difficult to grow, because that means that it's like having a hole in your bucket. And if the more water you're pouring in, like you can pour as much water you want, but you still have that hole in your bucket. And so that can feel very, very frustrating. And finally, the world that we're living in today, though social media is very powerful and it's very effective, it is now getting increasingly difficult to stand out on social media. Now, more than ever, it's important to have a means of communication that doesn't rely on a social platform. So those were the problems. Now let's get into the solution and how we're able to overcome these problems that we just mentioned. So number one, using a ticket platform, what you want to do is you want to be able to collect mobile numbers. So whether you're on Fatsoma, Eventbrite, I know most ticket platforms allow you to add a custom question. Some do it automatically. Some allow you, give you ability to add a question so that during the checkout on your customer's journey to buy a ticket, you can ask them what their phone number is. So that is a really, really powerful tool, and that is very, very effective. And that's essentially how we're able to get the text from customers and to remind them of the events that we do. The reason that is so effective also is because people who have bought are easier to sell to. The person that buys the most, the person that's easiest to sell to is someone that's bought before. The reason for that is quite simple. They've come to your night, and obviously, of course, assuming that your night is good and your event is good, then they would want to come back in the future. And where it would have been very difficult to get a hold of them from other means, for example, 90% of people that receive a text open the message, where if we're looking at email, for example, that number sits anywhere between 20% to 60%. And industry standard for hospitality event organizing is usually around between 20 to 25%. So that's really low compared to the 90% that you have, which is pretty good. So there's a lot of things that are in your favor. Being able to directly message an individual and let them know about what you've got coming up, and that there's a 90% chance that they're going to see the message, is very effective. So it's definitely something that we recommend, just based on, if anything, just based on those numbers. The fact that they're more likely to see that message than any other message that you put out there, higher than social, higher than email. So if there's one thing that you take away from this, you just know that. And the math should work for itself. The more people that know about your event, the more likely people are to come or to buy a ticket. So we've gone through the problem, we've gone through the solution. Let's talk about how we've done it and how you can copy it, essentially. So step one, like I said earlier, when setting up your event on the ticket platform, because before you put tickets out, announce tickets, you have to set up the event. You have to put a poster in, you have to put tickets in, you have to price the tickets, whatnot. During that process, most ticket platforms will allow you to either they'll do it automatically where they ask for their phone number. I know that Fatsoma has that option now. Or Eventbrite, you can add a custom question where during the checkout you can ask them for their phone number. And we like to be very transparent in this step. As a bonus tip, always be transparent. Let them know and the line we like to use is, for your chance to hear about, especially if you have like tiered tickets, like for example early bird, standard, and the price rise, you should communicate with people that the reason that you're collecting the number is so that they have a quicker chance to hear about the ticket, so that they have also a quicker chance to be able to get the cheaper tickets. So that's usually what we say. For your chance to hear about the cheaper tickets early, what is your mobile number? And that letting people have a reason increases the chance that they'll be able to that they will fulfill that action, you know, which is us wanting their phone number. So be transparent, let them know, and they will appreciate that as well. So number one, add a custom field for their phone number. Number two, once we've now, let's say after the event has happened, let's say we had an event in January, we've put that number in, the event happened, we've collected all this information, great. What we want to do is we want to export this information. And when I say export, as in most platforms will allow you to download it, and it will have the name, number, and email, for example. And you want to export that customer information, and you want to save the details in an Excel spreadsheet. The reason for that is because, which leads us to our next step, is step number 3. You want to sign up to an SMS marketing tool. So for example, we use Brevo. We're not affiliated with Brevo in any way, but Brevo allows us to do our email marketing and text marketing. And there's loads of good stuff out there. One that I could also recommend is probably MailChimp. MailChimp is pretty good. They allow you to do emails and to do text as well. So if you're big on emails, you know, or something that you want to get into, they also allow text, which is really cool. And almost all platforms will require you, when you upload a customer, when you want to put customers onto your database, it will most likely be through an Excel spreadsheet. So make sure you have all your customers on an Excel spreadsheet, export that information, sign up to a tool. Most of them can be between £20 a month to maybe £50-60 a month. 100% I say it's worth that investment, and upload it on there so that all your customer information, especially the phone numbers, are on your chosen platform. Then next step is you want to follow your platform's instruction to send out text messages. Different platforms are going to have different ways to do it. Absolutely fine. Simply what we recommend you doing is whatever platform you're on. So let's say it's MailChimp, for example, or whatever. You just type in YouTube or type in Google how to send texts to customers using insert your platform, because that's probably using that. They'll have loads of tutorials, loads of stuff out there to help you do that. They're probably in a better position than us giving you a generic answer of how to do that. So yeah, so just to summarize, step 1, you want to set up your, during the setup for your tickets, you want to include for them to have the phone number. Number 2, you want to export that information onto an Excel sheet. Most platforms will let you do this like with a click of a button, where you don't have to manually do it. Step number 3, sign up to a marketing tool. And step number 4, follow the instructions that it says to upload the customer information and to actually send the text. So we've gone through the problem, we've gone through the solution. Now we know how to do it, how to go around it, how to send text. Now let's talk about, what do we actually send them? How do we make the most of this so that we can sell the most tickets through text? So we have 4 different frameworks that we're going to run through. And if you want these frameworks, it's free in the description. You just go to our website and you'll be able to download a PDF of what we're about to go through. So our first version A, last tickets / urgency. So this is like the urgency one. This is for like nearer the time of near the date of the event, is this type of text. So, and I'm reading it out here so that I don't miss anything. So hurry, last insert ticket type. So for example, if it's early bird, so last early bird tickets remaining for the event. Let's say it's like R&B. So hurry, last early bird tickets remaining for R&B night in Norwich at 10 p.m. Almost sold out, get yours before they're gone, and then the link's there. Version B, let's say you have an artist and you want to personalize it a bit more. A lot of platforms will also allow you to personalize these messages, so you can actually put the first name if you collect that information as well, which is really, really cool. So contact first name. So for example, Benjamin, and then we insert the artist tagline, for example. So let's say it's a really popular artist, like let's say it's someone like, I'm not sure. I mean, there's artists out there. Let's use what is a good artist? Yeah, just think of an artist's favorite like short catchphrase that you can think of. For example, Kenny Allstar. His tagline, it would be the voice of the streets. So Benjamin, voice of the streets. Kenny Allstar is live in Norwich for, you know, freshers, happening on the 27th of September. Get access. Nice and simple. And like I said, I appreciate I'm running through these verbally, but you can download the frameworks in the description. Version 3, which is seasonal, or like, you know, summer. For this one we use it during summer, but this is like a seasonal one. Seasonal is a great reason for people to buy. Maybe like you're having a summer sale, winter sale, whatnot. So in city, so let's say in London, this summer, catch Dave live on the 15th of August. Secure your spot before prices rise. Really good one, that one. That's what's very effective. And then the final version, which is, you know, really push that urgency. Let's say you're not too far from selling out, but you really want to push that last bit. We have, you know, final tickets. And also, if you're an event that also allocates some to the door, that makes it more expensive on the door, which is really good. It's a great way to let people know, again, that once tickets sell out, let's say it's £10 online, £20 on the door. Great way to sell those last few tickets. And it's good because you're also communicating with people about your prices. People love transparency. So final 50 tickets remain for online for the 27th of September at, let's say, Kudos venue, Kudos nightclub. This event will soon sell out. And then there's version 4, which is the final tickets. So let's say you're about to sell out, you've literally got maybe 20, 30 tickets left. It's a great way to push that last few tickets, because you also want to have a price comparison with what it is on the door. So let's say your tickets online are £15 and maybe on the door it's 25. You want to let people know in text, because that encourages that urgency and that scarcity. And at the end of the day, people would rather pay less for the same thing. So we found it quite effective. And so in this text, the structure we've used is final, let's say 50 tickets remain online for the R&B day party at, let's say, Kudos nightclub. This event will sell out. £25 on the door. Get access now, and then you insert the link to your tickets. So using these 4 frameworks, we found success from it. We've sold many tickets from text. We 100% would recommend it. I think that when it boils down to it, you want to be able to use personalization where you can. You want to be able to be specific where you can, because the less robotic that it comes across, the more likely people are going to take an action. You always want to have a call to action also. So get access, secure your tickets, always tell them what to do next, and make sure that you have a link in for them to get their tickets. Just make your customers' life easy, because text can be very powerful. They can read it, they can open a message, read it, click on a button that sends them directly to your ticket page, which is fantastic, because the easier it is for them, the journey to the ability to buy tickets, the more money you're going to make. So thank you so much for watching this video. Like the video if you found it useful. Please share it to someone that you think will also find it useful. Subscribe to the channel if you want to understand more about the different tactics that we've done over the years to help venues get more business in through their doors. And like I said, if you want the PDF version of these frameworks, check the link to our website and you can grab it for free. And finally, if you are a venue owner or manager and you have a venue and you're looking to get more customers in, schedule a call with us through our website. We'll have a free one-on-one consultation to make sure that it's a good fit, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you so much, and hope you enjoyed this video.